Oh no, lost the necklace. Welcome to my daily dilemmas. There's MJ walking by, which is ironic because she's the topic of today's conversation. What do I do with my nominee or my re-nominee? I think the best.
Please put on your microphone.
It's on. Yelling at me. Gonna get me in trouble, Big B. My mic's on, though. You see? It's on, pimp. Yeah. So what do I do with my renom? Makensy is the topic of tonight's conversation, which is ironic because I did not think Makensy is probably the last person for my personal game that I want to put on the block this week. But Kenney wants me to put her up. Hang on. Kenney wants me to put her up. The entire collective wants me to put her up. Tiger wants me to put her up. So I think, personally, she could benefit me. But overall, with all my alliances, she can benefit. I don't know. You guys are gonna have to watch tomorrow in my HOH room tomorrow afternoon to see. Hang on. Here she comes. She's on the way up. Interesting. What's up here?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You're good.
I left my shirt in here, and I have to go to the DR.
Oh.
I think I left it in here.
Yeah, it's on the bathtub.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought you were asleep, so I was just going to slowly creak in.
No, you're good. I was just
chilling.
Sitting here. I just got out the shower. My hair's still wet.
Nice.
Yes, it's getting soft.
It is. It's nice and soft. Well, I'm going to go talk about me losing. Love
Have
you.
fun. Love you too. Enjoy your night.
Thank you. You too.
I'll see you tomorrow. Anyways. Okay, so that's weird. I guess I could have talked to her while she was in here, but I'll do that tomorrow. So, tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to talk to Makensy and tell her, but not tell her that she's going to be my replacement nominee. Try to finesse her not being super angry at me, which probably won't work. But I think it's enough to at least give me a fighting chance next week in the first round of nominees if she wins HOH. I think if I don't put her up as a re-nominee, everybody in the collective is going to be upset. Shake 'em Up is going to be upset. Shake 'em Up. What y'all think sounds better? Shake 'em Up Club, Shake 'em Up Gang, Shake 'em Up Crew. But they're going to be upset. Yeah. So I think I'll tell Makensy tomorrow, look, everybody came up to me telling me to put you up as a re-nominee because you had a chance to fight in the veto. Didn't. Everyone thinks you has the power. And you can choose whether you want to use your... Y'all ready for this, bro? Hold on. Let me sit back because I'm about to give you all the sauce. Let me sit back because I'm about to give you all the sauce. If y'all are in the feeds right now, you're lucky because I'm about to spoil the episode. One of these episodes, probably Wednesday's episode. If y'all are in the feeds, here's what happened. I'm going to tell Makensy tomorrow. Let me swap back. I got to make sure I'm looking. I'm going to tell Makensy tomorrow, right? I'm going to be like, look, people came up to me telling me to put you up as my re-nominee. Like 90% of the house came up to me telling me to put you up as a re-nominee. If I don't do it, I'm going to get slaughtered next week. Now, with that being said, I'm going to give you some tips on what to say when you go up. I'm trying to keep you in the good graces. Now, we can talk about it and workshop it to work out all the kinks, but you can either A, use your power, come off the block, and replace, yourself with somebody else. Or you can, but if you choose to do A, you will have to say, hey, I can realize my position in the house isn't favorable. I'm going to just tell everybody right here, right now, I have the power. I'm going to use it to flush it out. I told Cedric after Tucker won to put me up so I can do this reason to try to gain some of the trust back in the house. I realize that I'm on the outs. Or B, you can not tell anybody to use your power, not use your power, go up on the block next to Kenney or Angela, win the AI arena, come off, and you didn't use your power, or go up, lose in the AI arena, and your chances are still really high of staying if Angela's up there and staying if Kenney's up there, because you're not a primary or a backup target this week, and you're playing the role of a pawn. So I don't want to guarantee your safety, because, the saying is pawns go home, but also at the same time, it's like, I wonder if I'm talking too loud. But also at the same time, it's like, look, what choice do you have? I don't have a choice. You have to go up. What choice do you have? You can choose to spin this any way you want, and I can help you spin it to make it more favorable for you in your game, in hopes to try to not create bad blood between us. So y'all will have to see what she does. Are you looking at my feet? Weirdos. So I guess you'll have to see. Tune in tomorrow. At some point, it'll happen in the afternoon, I would presume, because I want to give everybody a chance to tell me who they would like to see up in a renominee spot. I also have to talk to Rubina and assure her that she's not going to go up, and ask who she would like to see up in order to build trust in that relationship with her, because she's not in the collective. But we had a really good conversation today about life, and I think that I'm in her graces well enough to kind of stay off the block. I don't know, though, because she tells Tucker everything. So it's like, I don't really know what position I am in the house. I don't think I'm anybody's favorite in the house, but I also think that I'm not anybody's least favorite. So I'm trying to stay off of the bottom 4 of every house guest. Leah. Oh, Leah gotta go. Leah's gotta be like the next target. Like, I think we send Angela this week, then Shake 'em Up and I figure out, hopefully Kenney or Tucker wins HOH number 2, or HOH number 4, and we send MJ or Leah home that week in week 4. Then a collective member wins week 5. We send the other one home. That's week 5. Then we're in week 6. We have Tucker, Kenney, Rubina, Rubina. I'm looking at the memory wall right now. And the collective. And that's week 6. So week 6 will be an interesting week to see how we're rocking. If a collective member wins, they throw up Tucker, Kenney, and maybe I can see them throwing up a pawn with Camerai to compete against them for power of veto, so one of them doesn't come off, which could be favorable for me, because if I go up with Tucker and Kenney, if I go up next to Tucker or Kenney, I have a chance to compete, and then it doesn't look to Tucker or Kenney that they know we're working together, or that I'm working against them because we're all on the block together. So that could be beneficial to me. It's a dangerous position, but it could work. That's week 6, so whoever doesn't go home week 6. And then I'm assuming, you know what I didn't think about? Double eviction. Freak. Double eviction. I think the powers expire week 4. Quinn's power is to change all the HOH nominees before veto. Kenzie's power is to pull herself or someone she chooses off the block and replace it with America's pick. Those supposedly last for 4 weeks. So I'm assuming after immediately following the powers being gone, we're gonna have a double elimination. And then after we survive double elimination, I think that'll be the jury house. So assuming week 5 comes, and I'm also gonna assume that we don't lose, which we might, a collective member along the way in the fight to make it to jury. I hope we don't, but 8 people is a lot to have in an alliance, especially that big this early, and they want to add Rubina to make it 9. Like, what are we, like, you know what I mean? What are we doing? It's getting too big, but if we don't add Rubina, we run the risk of her taking 4 people from the collective, which just leaves basically the Pentagon and Joseph. And I think Joseph wants to work with Chelsie and I, but I think he really doesn't, and will leave us if the numbers flop to Rubina. Which is why I need to have a conversation with her tomorrow, a game conversation, and try to instill myself in the good graces with her and ask her, hey, I'm not thinking you're going to be a replacement nominee. Who would you like me to put up to build that good faith relationship when she inevitably says Makensy, and it looks like I'm taking her opinion into account, but really I knew what I was doing the whole time. Yeah, so I think it'll be interesting. Week 4 will be a shaky week. I think just coming off of HOH, I can't compete. But honestly, it's not going to be that bad. The only issue is going to be Makensy. But I think week 4, you know, the collective wants Kenney to go home. I think if Kenney or Tucker win HOH, probably Makensy or Leah are going to go home. Then I think week 4. I think week 5 is going to be double eviction night. In which case, HOH in week 4, being Tucker or Kenney, can't play in double eviction night number 1, leaving the seat open for them to get put on the block. I also think Ainsley's twist ends in week 4 or week 5, because I don't think there's going to be a twist and a double eviction with 6 people needing, or with 8 people needing to hit the block, and there only being like 12 people left. That would be wicked. But again, you never know. So that's how I see the following weeks playing out. Then once we get to that point and we kind of get everybody out the house, or once we get to week 6, I think the Pentagon has numbers as long as we all make it there. Which, I mean, I could do the math, but I'm kind of tired. So I think week 6, Pentagon has a number. Well, let's just think. Right now, there's, 14 Houseguests? Which means I can't vote, so 13 votes. Which means 7 to stay. Next week is week 5. 5 is 6 to stay. And then 6 is 5 to stay. So theoretically, on the second double eviction of week 5, as long as no Pentagon members are in the final 2 seats, we control the vote. And then after that, the collective can do what the collective wishes. I'm worried about Quinn. I'm not going to lie. I'm really worried about Quinn, because I'm pretty sure he's told T-Core he has the power. I'm pretty sure he's told, not pretty sure, he has told Kimo he has the power. He has told those 2 for sure. Also, and Tucker knows he has the power because Kimo told Tucker, so why did Kimo tell Tucker and Kimo not tell me? Also, why did Tucker not tell me when we were up here, but Tucker told Cam? hoping my vision becomes more clear tomorrow after I tell everybody that I'm going to put Makensy up as a replacement nominee. Everyone starts to build more trust with me. We go from there, and I leave this HOH in better graces than when I started, with everybody except for Makensy, which is a blow to me because she has the power. But I'm thinking also Quinn has the power to change the knobs. So worst comes to worst, I'm hoping it's the worst case scenario, and I end up on the block with like T-Core and Kimo. And then Quinn, if I end up on the block week 4, I'm hoping I end up on the block with T-Core and Kimo. Quinn uses the power, because if he doesn't use it, it expires, switches the knobs to somebody else, and then we play the week like that. Yeah. That's my breakdown and predictions of how the week go. Week 4, I'll tap back in probably at some time to give you a game rundown of what I'm doing and what's happening. It's probably going to be kind of sketchy because I don't have the HOH room. So when I have this, I kind of talk with freedom. When I don't have this, I kind of can't talk with any freedom. So yeah, if you guys have any ideas, let me know. America, I love you. First of all, everybody in the feeds, the fans, y'all are great. Without you, we couldn't be here. And I highly encourage you that if this is a dream of yours, to pursue it. The experience alone, it's not easy, but it's definitely worth it. You meet amazing people in every step of your journey. And then when you get here, there's only amazing people. Well, when you get here, you meet a bunch more amazing people as well. So if you've ever thought about applying, I'm pretty sure they're casting season 27 right now. But like, I was going to say a website name, but I don't know. But make your tape. If your tape doesn't, you don't get any traction with that, go to an open call. Make your mark, be impressionable. And pursue this. You only have one life. You only have one opportunity. Okay, that's bad. You only have one life. So, you need to experience as much of it as possible. Take your trip. Live within your means, for sure. But life is about more than surviving. Life is about more than being successful. You have to be happy. Because if you're not happy, if you're not happy and you're trying to chase somebody else's happiness, it's not going to make you happy. You know what I mean? You have to chase you have to align your priorities with what will make you happy, and sometimes that isn't necessarily what will make you successful.